Hello viewers, Ohio Airgun Shooter here, back with another video. Back again with the Mercury TR50 Torpedo Revolver. In the previous video, I was shooting these 7.62 bullets. They're 123 grain copper jacketed bullet. I was using these cut down Nerf darts. Has a little sabot type jacket so that they would fit in the cylinder nice and snug. I mentioned I was going to try hot gluing them, which I did. Pushed them in, left a little cavity, and then I just filled it in with some hot glue. So hopefully that will be enough to kind of hold them in, because I had a few of them just shoot out of the Nerf darts, and they left these in. But I'm trying to get them to actually shoot out as one. So you see they load up really nice and snug. And I made up some more of these lead round ball saboted rounds as well. I used full .451, so these are basically a 44 caliber. However, I do shoot them in my 45 board caliber black powder revolvers. And I forget what these weigh. Don't say on the box. It might say on the grains. I don't say. We'll weigh these again with the jackets and the hot glue, because I don't have a weight yet with these with the hot glue, only without. So, but they go in really nice and snug. So let's weigh them and see what they weigh. So in grams, the .451 lead ball weighs 8.97 grams. With the sabot and the glue, we're looking at 9.74 grams. Now, the 7.62 bullet with the Nerf dart and the glue weighs 8.295 grams. So at least we know what the weights are. Now in the previous video, these without the hot glue weighed 8.14 grams, so they're slightly heavier. So the lead ball, I was using a .454 lead ball yesterday, so they're slightly heavier. They were weighing in at 9.84 grams. So these are a 1/10 of a gram lighter. Again, these fit nice and snug. You can load them from the front or the back, but I just pretty much load them from the front. That way I can just push into where I can feel where the points are just slightly below, because I don't want nothing getting hung up. That way it indexes perfectly. Same thing with the round balls. Not so much because they don't have a point, but they go in really nice and snug. There's little gaps. I can take my, just kind of push them down some, and then just reset them from the back. There. This one can come down a little bit more. But they're in there nice and snug. There. Pretty cool. But the Mercury does shoot them. They're a little slow being heavy, but you know, the weight translates into energy. So we'll load up the Mercury with some CO2. Hopefully it's still holding the CO2, and we'll shoot these at a steel baking pan. Check this cylinder, make sure it's indexing just fine. No CO2. Same with the round balls, it should be okay. Good to go. Alright, on to the shooting. Alright, first up, the armor piercing Nerf darts with the 7.62 millimeter bullets. These we're weighing it at 8.295 grams, so we'll just say 8.3. Fully charged with CO2. Mercury TR50 Torpedo Revolver. Third CO2 cartridge since I repaired the quick piercing knob here, and it still seems to be working. So the hot glue seemed to have done the trick, at least for now. All right, 6 shots. I'm going to double read this with 2 chronographs, because yesterday, or previous video, I just used the X radar. It didn't read the first 2 shots, because I don't want to miss those first 2 shots, what they're coming in at. Cross bolt safety. All right. And I got my pan set up down there. I got it wedged, so it shouldn't fall over this time. All right. First shot. I got 0. That's only 79. So that was really slow. 292.2. I said 186. Another 292. I only said 439 though. 122. 102. Another 102. I said 47.2. I think I'll be going faster than that. They all shot out of there. Let's go take a look. The pan. Oh, there's one of the bullets. The Nerf split, but it's still in there with the hot glue. Probably got some others laying around. Oh, this one split. There's one here with a bullet. Another one with a bullet. So they bounced. So I got 3 of them. Maybe some dents. No punctures though. Kind of feel where they dented. Ooh, that one almost went all the way through. I got a deeper puncture on that one. I actually cracked it. Okay. Yeah, we're onto something here. So not quite full penetration, but it cracked it enough. Nice. All right, onto the round balls. All right, next up, the lead round balls. These are the 0.451 diameter. These weighed in at 9.74 grams. I'm gonna just use the same CO2 cartridge. That was only 6 shots. These shot pretty good in the last video. So everything was over 100. So let's see. All right, first shot. Cross bolt safety is off. .154. That one hit pretty good. Had some authority to it. Another 154. .134. 120. 120. I think that was the last one. 116. Pretty sure that was the last one.
all these red in the 100s. That's pretty much what I shot. And it's pretty much what they read yesterday as well. Let's go take a look at the pan. It's pretty hard. There's one. Just to save it without the round ball. I'll have to scrounge up the round balls later. Oh, there's one. Still got the round ball in it. So this one still has the round ball, so the hot glue seemed to work. Whew. Some more dents. Yeah, dented pretty good up there where that one 7.62 cracked. I got two nice little dents right there. Nothing went through yet. It's a nice dent. I think some of those might have been from yesterday. So this hit pretty hard. All right, go back to the review table and go over my results. All right, a couple of these I recovered. I mean, this one's still in there with the hot glue. I'm gonna reshoot these. I wonder if some of those that are reading slow, like when these are being shot, if the CO2 pressure might be expanding this dart a little bit, and as it's exiting the cylinder into the barrel, I don't know if maybe it's getting hung up a little bit in the barrel and it's slowing down, or maybe I'm gonna maybe take and cut and taper the front of this a little bit, see if that helps. So I got two left. This one's split, that one's split, so I'm going to try two more of these. I'll go ahead and shoot this one again while I still have some CO2 left. I'm going to taper these with my, actually I can do it with my little Swiss Army knife scissors because they're very fine. Just kind of taper this a little bit, see if that helps. If I can get some kind of mold, I could hot glue these just into a mold itself. There, that might help. Round those off a bit. Oop, and I'm making a mess. A couple of these, at least the one, actually crack the steel pan there. You know, but granted, it's just a thin baking pan, but still, it's an older one, so it's good quality steel. So yeah, I rounded those off. So let me try these again while there's still CO2 left. They'll probably be slower because I already shot, what, 12 rounds through it. So let me load these up and see what we can do with these. All right, one more time with the armor piercing Nerf darts, and then one more lead ball. I tapered the ends of the darts here this time, so let's see if that helps at all. All right, index at the right position. 1, 2, so 2 armor piercing Nerf darts, and then the 1 round ball. Same CO2 cartridge. All right, let's see if the tapering of the darts help at all. That was only 58.9. My CO2 could be down. That was only 48. Yeah, that one just tumbled. All right, last round ball. Yeah, I got no CO2 left. I can hear it. That was weak. All right, CO2 was a little low in that, so I'm going to retry these. That one's still in there with the hot glue, so I'm going to make up a couple more. That one's split. I think I got some more of those somewhere. Stand by. All right, I'm going to make a couple more. Push that through. I push it in about that far, and then I just fill up the back of it with hot glue. It seemed to have worked. So there's one. There's 2. Actually, you know what? Let's do that the other way. That way all I gotta do is keep the level part here, and then trim, since I'm gonna trim the tip, because I'm gonna bevel this, taper it a little bit. that should work. Yeah, if I can get like a 50 caliber mold, pour some hot glue in it, and then I could center these and just make little bullets. I actually got a pellet in this one. I think this is a 22 caliber Cro-Magnum, I think. Got it hot glued in there, so actually I'm going to shoot that. I forgot the weight of that is, but it's like an 8 grain lead pellet, so I might shoot that one as well. I'll reshoot this lead ball. But I got this one tapered. This one shot, but the CO2 was getting low, so my velocity wasn't quite there, so I'm going to redo that. I already installed a fresh CO2 cartridge, just waiting for the hot glue gun to warm up. Actually, I got another round ball. 6. That'll give me 6 shots. All right. I want to punch a hole in that steel pan yet. But let me, there we go. I think it's getting hot. Not yet. Still warming up. It's getting there. There we go. Glue that one in. Glue this one in. Hey, it's arts and crafts time. How to make armor-piercing Nerf bullets using 7.62 millimeter bullets and cut down Nerf. All right, that's 1, 2, 3 of these. These are still glued in there, so yeah, let these dry, cool off, and we'll get to give this another go. All right, the dart with the pellet will weigh just under 2 grams, so that baby's gonna fly. It just should, unless again the CO2 blast coming in the back, if it expands this dart outwards, it might get hung up as it's going from the cylinder or magazine to the barrel. I don't know how that works, or internally I can't see what kind of pressure is going on, but these are spongy, so I'm sure it swells a little bit. And then I got these loaded up again. Weight just under 9 grams. No, yeah, just under, well, 8.0, just under 8.1 gram. And then this one, 8.158, so 8.16, a little heavier. Probably a little bit more glue. Oh, actually I need to bevel those, 8.2. So let me cut the ends of these off real quick. Just letting the glue kind of cool off. Turn my light back on. So we got a general idea what the weight's going to be. What do I do with my scissors? Again, arts and crafts time. So maybe this will fall under the arts and crafts algorithm and I'll get more views, right? Not the expert projectile making, but you know, it works. I got some of these laying around. So it's always fun to experiment. So I'm just hoping this tapering or beveling might help these go through a little better, be a little bit more aerodynamic. But I want to definitely, I want to punch a hole in that pan, that rusty old crusty old pan. Wife's like, I'm gonna throw this out. I'm like, nope, I'm gonna use that. So all right, I'll let these cool some more and then we'll see how they shoot. Okay, I got them all loaded up. 3 of the 7.62 millimeter armor piercing Nerf darts, 2 of the round balls, lead round balls, and then a 22 caliber pellet, Cro-Magnum pellet. So we're gonna start like this. We'll do 7.62, 7.62, 7.62, and then the .451 round ball, .451 round ball, and then the 22 caliber pellet. All right, let's give this a go. Cross bolt safety is off. Pressurized with CO2. Alrighty. Armor piercing Nerf dart number 1. Fresh CO2 cartridge. That did not read. It says 132.1. Trap top here. I don't know why I'm not getting readings sometimes. I just gotta go here. That was only 14.8. Still a fail. Only 50.9. Alright, let me just try this. There's the lead balls. That one shot up, put a hole in the cardboard. I missed. That was 144, by the way. 140. Alright, let's try the pellet. This might just bounce. 459.3. So that went pretty good. Alright, let's go see what the damage is. I think those darts are getting hung up as they're coming out, and it's slowing everything down. I mean, it's pretty good dents. You can see that from here. No holes. But I think it's a pretty good dents though. There's one of the bullets. Held together. So I don't know why they're registering so slow. I mean, definitely there's a bullet. The X radar isn't reading them, so they're coming out of there pretty slow for some reason. I know they shoot faster than that because, you know, I have had good readings. It's just I'm wondering if these darts are getting hung up. So I'll have to try something else. But just got an idea, something else to fiddle with. Yeah, I mean, although they did shoot, I'm not exactly sure what's happening. If these are getting hung up in the barrel and it's causing them to slow down as they expand due to the pressure from the CO2. But I mean, they do shoot. It's something I can work on. Some more ideas. Like I said, try a mold maybe with some hot glue. But while I still got some CO2 gas left, we're going to shoot something else. We're going to shoot what this thing was designed for. Some of you might be wondering, why is this thing called the Torpedo? Well, it's because it shoots these torpedo type projectiles. For those of you who do not know, I mean, I'm sure some of you probably already do, but they're little torpedo shaped. These are little powder torpedoes. I'm going to shoot some of these. Inside, it's just talcum powder. I'll be shooting them in I'm going to shoot them at that pan, but I'm going to be shooting them inside of a bin to contain the powder. So I can clean it up easily, but just want to use up the CO2. So that's the 4th CO2 cartridge, and it's still not leaking. Had a little tiny leak when I first pierced it, but it went away. There was a little piece of hot glue, kind of, I could see it come out to where the piercing pin is. So I might have just got hung up a little bit on that and kept it from resealing. So I'll have to clean that out, but I'll load up 6 of these. So we'll just have poof, poof, poof. These weigh, where's my scale? Let's see. In grams. My bright lights here. Otherwise, it'll just show blue, as you can see. I don't think I should have got a blue screen scale. All right. So one of these torpedoes, what did I do with them? Weigh. I think they're right about a gram, maybe a little under. Let me see. Actually, just a little bit over. They're just under 2 grams, 1.93, rounded up. So should get pretty good velocity with these. I did shoot these before. I forget where they were at. But they move pretty quick. And they do sell these with pepper or your chemical agents, I guess. So for self or home defense. Okay, get these babies loaded up. Let's go run them over the chronograph. Okay, so here are the projectiles. You can see with the deeper magazine, you can shoot longer projectiles, which is, you know, why these torpedoes were made. You got the 50 caliber powder balls, 50 caliber powder torpedoes, 50 caliber rubber or rubber steel balls, 50 caliber pepper torpedoes, and 50 caliber pepper balls. So I need to get some of the pepper ones yet. All I have is the powder torpedoes. I wouldn't mind getting some of the powder balls as well. So something else I gotta spend money on. Okay, I got 6 of the powder torpedoes loaded up. The Mercury TR50 Torpedo Revolver. I got the same CO2 cartridge in from the last round of shooting. All right. But where is? I'll just use this chronograph. I was going to double chronograph it, but this should be fine. All right. 383.1. 314.9. 331.7. 262.3, bit of a drop. 256.2. One left. 222.0. Made a little mess, but it's just powder. We'll clean up. Ah, smell the baby powder. See, it's in there. Pretty powdery. See where it impacted. Started out in the high 300s. It dropped quite a bit. I don't know why. Again, I did use that CO2 cartridge previously for the last round of shooting with the heavier projectiles. I just wanted to use up the cartridge, what was left in it. So there was a little bit more tinkering with the Mercury TR50 Torpedo Revolver and my armor piercing Nerf that didn't quite, they didn't go through. They weren't fast enough. But I got the pan here. I had that one actually did crack up here. That's definitely one of the 7.62 rounds. I mean, they got some pretty nice sharp points where they hit. You can see where the round ball's dented. This is pretty thick. Man, this thing's pretty old. I think this old pan was actually her mother's. So you can see how crusty and old it is. So it's been sitting outside in the rust, or in the weather, so it's kind of got a little rusted up, but it's pretty solid. So, but I made some pretty good dents here. It was like 7.62 started maybe to come through. So I'm gonna work with those. Maybe try to make a mold or something, and maybe use hot glue or something else. But those might punch through here given the right type of material around them. Then I shot those powder torpedoes at this. It cleaned up pretty good, just with a little wet cloth or wet wipe. But I got some sweeping and vacuuming and some cleaning to do. I want to go find the rest of those bullets because I want to reuse those. It's a nice thing about air guns. A lot of the stuff you shoot through them, you can reuse. So that in itself saves you a bunch of money. So, where's that degasser? Let's see. There. So, yeah, my little hot glue seemed to work on this. I don't know if I can show you. My flashlight at. See in here, but there was, I think I cleaned it out. There was a little piece of hot glue kind of that was sticking in there, and when you would pierce it, it would catch the lip of the piercing pin, and it wouldn't seat down around the O-ring. So I cleaned that all out, and it seemed to work. But yeah, I just had to, it was leaking from here. I pulled this out. The old gasket either came apart, or I don't know what they use to seal that. But I had that little tiny plastic end piece, which is what I thought was left over of whatever that gasket, wherever that seal was. So I just tried the Teflon tape. It didn't work. I put it on the threads, and then that didn't work. So I just took that hot glue gun, filled it up nearly all the way with hot glue, and then I screwed this back in. You can see it sticks out a little bit. You can see it sticks out just a little bit, but it's enough to where it will still clear the inside of the grip there. So it still works. But it's the exact same pin as on the Lancer Scorpion that I got. So at least I have an extra one just in case. But hey, it's just some tinkering. That's kind of what we do when we got time. And there. But the Mercury TR50 Torpedo Revolver, pretty fun little revolver. I really like it. It's one of my favorites, especially it's got the deeper magazine on it, so you can shoot a whole lot more through it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.